Let's discuss more personable events online, from going to a webinar to what I call a virtual conference and then an online community. And we're going to focus this presentation on an online platform called eventanywhere.com, which allows you to host virtual events, but also build online communities. Now, you might already be using Teams or Zoom or Google Meet, but there's a lot of people lethargic when it comes to the video conference call, the video meeting. It's becoming a little bit too samey, and people are getting a little bit tired of that. We're still needing to meet online, but there's different ways to meet, and we can really freshen this up. If Zoom is the room, then Event Anywhere is the entire building. And Zoom calls probably good for up to sort of 10, 15 people. Beyond that, it becomes quite lethargic. Lots of people don't get to have their say. And therefore, a virtual event platform can fit the bill for creating an online video conference for larger numbers of people, be it 50, 100, 150, perhaps up to 300 people and beyond. And with Event Anywhere, you can actually test out the platform for up to 100 users as a free event. So you can fully fledge, test the platform, and see if you like it. So instead of inviting people to a Google Meet, you just invite them to your school name, your business name, .eventanywhere.com, and they attend the meeting on the virtual event platform rather than Google Meet, Zoom, or Teams. And you might say, well, why do that? We're happy with Zoom, we're happy with Teams. But as you can see in this picture here, one real cool feature of Event Anywhere is the expo hall, where you've got a series of tables and chairs. They can have 2 chairs, 4 chairs, 6, and 8. And each table represents a video breakout room. And you're able to wander between the different tables and chairs. This leads to more spontaneous conversations, and it's a little bit more free flowing and informal than the traditional scheduled Zoom, Teams, or Google Meet video call. This is a quick way of how we use it in our business. So, for example, you've got various tables and chairs set out with different themes. Here we've got Katowice, Leeds, and Warsaw depicting certain locations. And then you've got the senior leadership team, marketing, and workplace learning. And it allows people to congregate and move between the tables and the chairs. Just by clicking on a chair, you enter a video room. And when you get to the expo hall, you get to see who's hanging out where. One thing that we do in our business that's really popular is a virtual coffee at 10 a.m. on a Friday. Instead of the formal video meeting on Zoom, Teams, or Google Meet, we just congregate at 10 o'clock for a virtual coffee. And people can go to a table of their choosing and mix between departments. It gets people out of their silos. Now, that's looking at the internal comms piece around how do you host an internal all hands meeting or virtual event. But of course, you can do it with external clients. This is a recruitment company that specializes in finance, and this is their annual conference held online using the Event Anywhere platform. Candidates and recruiters are on the different tables and they're able to move around. Of course, if you want people to move around, you can just post a message, an alert at set times, and ask people politely to change tables. And as you can see, people move around those tables. And so they're mixing, they're mingling, and they're just not stuck in one video room. Let's now talk about the live stage, which is where presentations, panel discussions, interviews can be hosted. They can be streamed, but also recorded. So let's cover off the live stage and some of the features and functionality within Event Anywhere. It's important to note that only presenters and admins can enter the live stage. Members of the audience get to view the video stream, but they can't participate and enter the video room. So that's the first point to mention. And Event Anywhere allows you to create a schedule that might be multi-day or multi-track, so you can have a series of presenters on the live stage, either going solo, sharing their screen, or playing a pre-recorded video, or indeed interviewing various guests. In this example, UCS, a private school in London, are giving a talk to parents on how their kids should revise. And this is the assistant headmaster, Edward, on the live stage giving a talk. Later in the stream, Edward is joined by other colleagues, including Sophie and Patrick, who then go into a free-flowing conversation and discussion. And the Event Anywhere platform's been used highly in both businesses and in education settings. This is the Entrepreneurs Club based in the north of England who used it for online networking. Again, you've got various entrepreneurs, business owners, and professionals moving around the various tables in the expo hall, and it's all branded up appropriately. And again, this is an education technology conference. Again, each brand and product is portrayed on different tables within the expo hall where people are congregating. And again, whether you're networking in the expo hall or you're giving professional live stream talks, you can use the live stage or the expo hall. There's lots of features to Event Anywhere, but they're the two big features. Once you've registered people, they've gone to the schedule, people are heading over to the live stage or generally to the expo hall. On the EdTech conference, here's an example of the public timeline, which is a social feed. Here, various speakers introduce themselves with a video and a link back to their website, which is pretty cool. The post can be liked, shared, and replied to. So again, it's another way of connecting with your community. In this example, Pod Arena, which is a podcasting event, you can see that people are chatting to each other and they can do it with video, audio, or text. The platform is multimodal and supports different mediums of communication, be it asynchronous or live. I'll just talk about a few more case studies of people that have used the Event Anywhere platform to build community and to host online events. In this example, the 93% Club, which is a not for profit university charity that works with people that go to comprehensive school rather than private school, hosted their careers summit. The 93% Club had a multi-day, multi-track event with various corporate sponsors such as Morgan Stanley and P&G sponsoring the event. Here's an example of one of the talks where there's a group of students talking on the live stage, stage 2 as it happens. And as you can see, there were other talks going on other stages. The chat's pretty lively and there's lots of engagement going on. And between the stages, people can network. So quite often, an event would involve a live stream talk for, say, 15 minutes, half an hour, and then a break where people can have a cup of tea or coffee and also frequent some of the booths and the tables in the expo hall. This is a rather large expo hall. This was Stellenbosch University's law faculty, where they were doing a recruitment event for students visiting the various virtual booths for the law firms. So you've got some big brands there displayed, and it's a great way of connecting companies with students who want internships, work experience, and perhaps job placements after graduating. And again, you can see that people can move around the different booths and wander around different tables, therefore networking and introducing themselves to new people. In this example, we've got New West Chamber based just outside Vancouver in Canada, using the expo hall to really advertise their sponsors as part of an online event. And sponsors can be given digital real estate and pixels, not just in the expo hall, but also in the reception area. Here you can see you've got various sponsorship levels for the various sponsors in reception, from silver, bronze, and of course above that gold. You can actually label and change the names of the sponsorship categories. The Event Anywhere virtual event platform is accessible on laptops, iPads, and iPhones. Here we've got somebody just browsing the expo hall on their phone, and they're able to participate and join in if they're out and about. And again, here's an example of the social feed where you've got senior leaders at Stagecoach, a transportation company in the UK, introducing themselves at an internal event. And you can see how many plays the videos have had, how many likes, and people are able to reply to those videos with video, audio, or text. That concludes the talk. So thank you for listening, and we'll get into some questions. So I do welcome any questions that you might have from the floor, and I'll try my best to answer those.